We learned before something called direct substitution. And the way direct substitution works is you take whatever is here in the parentheses, that's our input, that's our x value. And what you're doing is you're substituting or putting it in for x on the right side of the equation and simplifying. So whatever's in the parentheses is the input, the f of x, that's your y value, your output. So let's go ahead and do this. So if we do this, we get 2 times 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 7. So that's 9 times 2 is 18, minus 9 plus 7, that's 9 plus 7, which is 16. Okay, now that's the direct substitution method. The synthetic substitution method, what we do is we take 3, like so, and what we do is we write the coefficients of the polynomial. So we're going to take 2, negative 3, and 7. Now, something that's important to pay attention to is that, say you jump from 2x squared to 7, you would have to put a 0 here, a placeholder. So you want to include all the terms, all the coefficients in descending order. So from the highest degree term all the way to the constant. Okay, then the way we do the synthetic substitution is we drop that first term, okay, that first coefficient 2. We multiply on the diagonal, okay, and then we add straight down. Then we multiply on the diagonal, and we add straight down. And this last number here that we get, that's going to be our output. That's going to be our y value. And you can see they match. See, 16, 16, right? Now, you'd say, well, what's the point of all this, right? Well, oftentimes the synthetic substitution is a lot quicker than the direct substitution. So you can do it a little bit more quickly and easily by hand as opposed to plugging in directly. So just another technique to have in your math tool bag, right? So let's jump to number 2 here. Let's see, how would we do this one? We're trying to find out what's f of negative 1, and this is our function here, our polynomial here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, just like we did on the last one, we're going to put negative 1 up here, and we're going to write our coefficients 4x to the 5th, 0x to the 4th, see how there's not an x to the 4th term, negative 3x cubed, positive 7x squared, 0x, see we're missing another term there, and then 1. Okay, so what you want to do is drop down that first term, that's 4. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, and we add straight down. Multiply on the diagonal, add straight down, multiply on the diagonal, add straight down, multiply on the diagonal, add straight down, multiply on the diagonal, add straight down. That last number, that's our output. That's the same thing we would get if we were to put negative 1 in directly. This was just a little bit quicker. Now in the first example you saw I drew the arrows just to kind of show you what I was doing. You don't have to draw the arrows. The key thing that students tend to forget is dropping down this first number. That's the first step. But then after that all you do is you just multiply and then add. Multiply and then add. You just keep multiplying, adding until you get to the last number. So